Air Force. She is a medic. She is 7 years in, and I am a veteran, prior Air Force, 4 years, medic as well. But we're not talking about anything military today. I'm super
We're not.
excited. Riley has shared with me that she's a fan of the Reddit world, which I am as well. But specifically, what is it called?
Am I the asshole?
That. Yes. Okay.
Am I the asshole world? So we're going to be talking. Well, I'm going to read a story. So I'm going to read someone's story. And basically, we have to decide if they're the asshole or not. So they could be the asshole. So that's going to be not the asshole. They are the asshole. Or no one in the situation is an asshole.
Oh, I love this.
So
good.
we're going to be talking about relationships today. And a lot of people, when they think about relationships, a lot of people think like romantic relationships, right? But like you and I, like we have a relationship. We're friends.
Oh my God, stop
it. We're friends, but like we're also in like a working relationship, like that kind of thing. Like me and Bo, we have a relationship. Like you have relationships with everybody in your life. So how do you show up in relationships?
How do I show up in relationships? I'd say at first I'm pretty quiet. I wasn't with you. But pretty quiet. I'd say loyal, and very caretaking. Very, very caretaking. Very loving in any way possible. Coworker, dog, family, friends, whatever. Yeah, what about you?
Yeah, that's good. Same thing. I'm very caring, very loyal in a relationship, but I am also that person to hit you with the honesty that you need.
Oh, let's go. I'm so bad at that. I suck at that.
Oh, no. A lot of people steer away from like confrontation. I do not. So
oh my God. What's like the most recent or helpful moment that you've had with that?
With confrontation?
Yeah, like was it with a friend? Was it like, cuz in like a positive relationship way with anybody, like what was it that you can think of?
Yeah, actually very recently I was having a conversation regarding empathy with someone, and during that conversation with the person that I was talking to, they had zero empathy. They had zero empathy towards that situation. So it was a confrontation, right? But it was a very healthy resolution. It was like, hey, like I don't really think that you're hearing out like the whole story. I think that you came into this very one-minded with what you want and what you are expecting. And you need to have a broader perspective right now. And everything ended up fine. You know, they ended up hearing out the story and you know, before jumping to that conclusion, hearing everything out. But it resolved itself very healthily. So
good. I feel like that's a pretty common thing with people. Like not being like saying you're open-minded, but not. And then it takes a while because like someone who isn't empathetic to then become empathetic, there is probably a little bit of conflict like what you had there. I feel like that's like a normal, like everyday kind of thing. Like I feel like a lot of people can relate to that, you know?
For sure. All right. Are you ready?
Yes. Let me see. What you got?
All right. Am I the asshole for agreeing to split the bill on a double date, which ended in my best friend being dumped?
Ooh. Okay, say that again.
Am I the asshole for agreeing to split the bill on a double date, which ended in my best friend being dumped? So right off the bat, what's your take?
I mean, splitting the bill with a couple, I feel like someone would have to be like more financially stable to take care of everybody. So for me, it's either one person takes care of everything or you split it and divide it into the two couples. I'm assuming it would be, right?
Okay. We're about to find out.
Oh my God.
All right. Hi, I, 22 female, am really unsure here. My best friend and roommate, 22 female, Amy, has been seeing a guy for about 2 months. She really likes him, and it seems to be going super well. Last night, she asked if I'd like to go along with a blind double date, i.e., her and the guy that she's dating, and one of his friends who is single and looking. I wasn't keen
Okay.
at first, but she insisted, so I agreed. We got to the restaurant, just a nice place in our area, and things seemed to be going fine. The friend said that she was setting me up with was cool, but that I'm not really looking for anything right now, and I really didn't feel any type of spark. We
Okay.
get to the end of the dinner, and the bill comes, and Amy chimes in and says, "Don't worry, our men have got this." To which I say, no, I don't mind. We had had 2 cocktails each, all 4 of us, and it wasn't crazy expensive place, but it also wasn't cheap. A bit of back and forth happened, and Amy kept insisting that it's always the gentleman who has to pay. So I said something like, "You do you, I'm happy to split." The guys were saying that they would cover, but both seemed uncomfortable. They paid, and then we all left. Amy and her boyfriend went back to his, and I said goodnight to his friends and went home later. Later that night, Amy texted me saying that her man is now contemplating the relationship because he doesn't want someone who insists that the men should pay.
Oh, so it turned on the girlfriend.
Yes. She told me that I ruined this by offering to split and that I should have sided with her and not made things worse. She's now saying that he needed time and does not want to continue this relationship with her. Am I the asshole for this?
Okay. And the asshole is from the girlfriend and boyfriend's friend. The date
So
of
it's
the dude.
Amy is
Yeah.
her best friend. Amy
Right.
and the guy were dating. And
Right.
now it's his friend that the OP, so the original poster, went on this
Right.
date with. She wasn't really feeling anything. She decided, hey, I'm good. I'm going to pay for my own clean break. She's
Yep.
going to head out. But
What
now
do
the
you think?
boyfriend, I'm going to say not the asshole. If I go on a date with someone and I'm not really feeling it, right? A first date is really to get to know someone.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't like someone after that first date, you have, what's the word I'm looking for?
Obligation?
You have zero obligation to that person,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
I'm going to pay for my own. You're going to pay for your own. We're going to go out on our own way. But the boyfriend is upset because Amy said men should pay.
Right. So that's I don't think the poster, the girl that went on the blind date, is the a-hole. I don't think
Okay.
so. Yeah, I don't think that's really, it doesn't make sense. It was a blind date, so there's very little chance of there actually being successful. She probably didn't feel like it was going anywhere and save, her blind, she's trying to save her blind date some cash and then, be responsible on her end. I can get that. But for the boyfriend, oh,
Do you think that men should pay on the first date?
yes,
You do.
I do. But I've recently had this thought that if like I was a mom,
Mhm.
I would feel so sad, or even how hard it is as a man to go on a date, have all this expectation of the more traditional way of paying for something, and then at the end of the date could get ghosted, could get this, could, maybe not be a second date. And I get you're like investing into something you don't know is an investment or not. And I do understand that struggle. However, traditionally, gentlemanly,
Mhm.
I think men pay for the dates, not the first date, the dates. I
I
know.
disagree.
You disagree?
I so disagree. I think on first dates should be split. But I think that first dates should be an activity. Girly advice
Yes.
here, first dates need to be an activity.
Yep.
No movies, no sitting down for a dinner, because
No
then
financial investments.
yes, go mini golfing, go bowling, go on a walk, on a trail. Maybe not. That sounds like
No,
serial
don't go on a
killer.
trip. No, but it's
Yeah,
dangerous.
don't go on a trail.
There's too many documentaries.
Yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that one. But maybe do something that doesn't really cost a lot of money. I personally, I don't drink. I don't drink. I've never drank. But like, I feel like meeting up for like a casual drink, meeting up for coffee, $4. right?
That's still an investment, though.
It is still an investment, but it's your caffeine intake. So is it a worth investment?
What do you think is the most, maybe not your ideal first date, but what do you think is just the best date scenario? Is it the coffee for just like going with your side of things? What do you think? You think
I
the
also don't
coffee's the way
drink
to go?
coffee. I don't drink coffee and I don't drink alcohol. I
Wow.
don't do any caffeine. I can't. I never have.
Are you in the military?
Yes.
How is that possible?
I don't know. I just thrive on the voices in my head.
It's because you freaking meditate and you, what is it? What is it you do?
Grounding.
Grounding? You ground.
Ground myself.
See, if you ground, you can be like Riley.
You could be granola.
There you go.
What would be okay? I feel like I have a very like rom-com idea in my head of like what I would want it to be like. Like you meet randomly, you meet naturally, right? Nothing against dating apps, nothing against dating apps, but like you bump into each other in the middle of the street, right? You lose something. They come back. Yeah, they pick it up. You make eye contact. Your hands slide against each other.
The fingers touch.
The fingers touch. The sparks fly, like that kind of thing. And then I'm a big reader. Like I love reading. And I always love in the stories when they like, or the books when they like go on a date and it turns into like an all day thing. And then they just like, they just end up together. Is that realistic? No. But this is
yes, it is.
story.
No, it is. I agree. It is. It is. Okay. But before I say this, who do you think should make the first move? And what do you consider a first move? Is it in your story, the guy bumping into you or you bumping into him?
Okay. From a realistic standpoint, every person that I have dated, I have been the one to reach out first.
What was reaching out though? Was it a DM? Was it liking? Was it a swipe? Was it a friend? Was it like, hey, I think your friend's cute? Was it, hey, you just bumped into me. You picked up my book. What's your name?
All the above. All the above. Yeah. Like, you just go out there and you just, I live from the standpoint of I'm not going to wait. If I want something, I'm going to go and get it. Right. I don't want to wait for my partner or whoever I'm dating to try and come to me. This isn't a game. This is life. You know,
this is life. This is serious. This is
serious.
This is the true love. Disney's been feeding this to us the whole time. Where's my Prince Charming? Come on.
Yeah, I don't know. Somewhere. All right. We have an update here. Let's read some comments first. Let me read some comments.
Give me the comments.
All right. Not the asshole. She's the one who said that the guy pays. His reaction is based on her statement alone. And quote, are men, no, this was the first time that you guys had met. I agree with that. I agree with that statement. Let me see here.
I can't see how the poster would be the a-hole. Is there any comment that says they're the a-hole? I feel
they were voted. They were voted not the asshole by all the comments.
Oh, there's a vote option?
There is a vote option. And the comment that I just read has 14.6K upvotes. So everyone's agreeing with them. But we do have an update. We have an update here.
What is it?
All right. Thank you so much for everyone on your thoughts on this one. Amy still isn't talking to me. Oh, wait. Hold on. I need to reread that.
Her friend?
Hold on. I need to reread that. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Update. Thank you so much for your thoughts on this one. Amy still is not talking to me. You could cut the glass. You could cut glass with the tension in our place right now because they're roommates. I forgot about that part. They were roommates.
Oh my God.
She said that her and the guy aren't talking either, and I'm trying really hard here, but another week and maybe the friendship has run its course, honestly, sensing that there's a lot of underlying issues that can come from that communication, but hey. There's another update. I am now not a girl's girl because I did not back her without being told that I should or have given any kind of heads up on the situation. I responded that if I wanted to pay for myself, especially because I didn't see myself about the blip. This person. Update. Now I'm not a girl's girl because I did not back her without being told I should or have given any kind of heads up. I responded that if I wanted to pay for myself, especially if I didn't see myself and the blind date friend having a second date, that I was happy to put in for my portion. Friendship is effectively over and I am looking to move out. Do you think that this is enough to end a friendship? Like, clearly it was.
It's not. I think it's the tension from the relationship that's
They're
being
young. They're
scapegoated
22.
onto the OP.
Yeah, they're 22.
Oh, they're so young.
They are. They're 22. But my thing about this is that she was also only dating the boyfriend for 2 months.
Yeah. So it's fresh.
It was very fresh. And then there's a final update.
Oh,
Amy is now trying to apologize because she can't afford the rent on her own or get someone else to move in on such short notice. I feel horrible, but I know that I need to be surrounded by supportive people. Thanks again to everyone.
yeah.
I don't think that she's the asshole for what she did. I think she might be the asshole for moving out.
Really?
A little bit. I think that they could have very, very much so cleared that with clear communication.
I'm not sure because if you look
Really?
at what's her name? The girlfriend, the roommate, right?
Yeah.
She took out her frustration most likely on her roommate and her friend in an unjust way, and then probably created an unhealthy environment. Usually individuals like that aren't going to grow or seek something. If you're taking something out on somebody, that's a lot different than having a problem that can be solved. That's transferring anger. So if they had a room or a house or whatever that became toxic, and then you only decided to pull back because it was a consequence or a result of your undisciplined behavior and not targeting your friend because of a situation from something that happened with a guy you've been dating for 2 months. I don't know. I can't see it.
Do you think
I
that
can't
best
see it.
friends should be roommates?
I think having a roommate is a financially responsible decision. Will that end or make relationships better? Flip of the coin.
I
don't know.
agree with you there. I agree with you. I
Yeah.
personally, I can't do roommates. I
Yeah.
can't.
Mm-mm.
I need my own space.
Yep.
Are you an introvert or an extrovert?
Oh, I'm such an introvert.
Okay. Same.
Yeah.
I'm very much introverted. Like I need my own. I need my own space. I need my own time. I need me. Like, I can't that's like nightmare fuel coming home and someone being like, "Hey, okay, not someone because a lot of people are like married in relationships and like whatever, but like a roommate and it's like, "Hey, how's your day? You good? You want to go do this, this, and this with me and that, and that," and you just had a 12-hour day?
Nope.
No, I want to sit and I want to scroll on Reddit. That's all I want to do.
I'm gonna sit or to scroll on Reddit. Yeah, I'm with you there. I don't think. I mean, obviously, financially, it's not an option for everybody. Not everybody can live with their family either. But ideal world, finances out of it, by myself. Every time. Every time.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
All right. You ready for the next one?
Yes, give it to me.
All right. Am I the asshole? I used a dating app to boost my self-esteem.
Ooh, bad start. Bad start. Is this
Bad vibes? Bad vibes.
bad vibes?
All right. My girlfriend and I have been dating for about 6 years. Before that, we were friends for about 3. My girlfriend is super loyal and she always finds a way to cheer me up. We don't live together, so I always look forward to seeing her and spending time with her. No matter what, she has always become the highlight of my day. That face.
But the name of the post was
Yeah.
I got a dating app. And they've been together 6 years?
6 years and friends for 9. I mean,
Keep going.
if you want to include that. All right. I'm not sure why I've been feeling this way, but I haven't felt good about myself for the past few months. Career-wise, I feel like I'm not getting anywhere. Emotionally, I feel like I go through this cycle of 1 week of feeling good and then 1 week of feeling like complete shit, i.e., wake up late, don't want to get out of bed, loss of appetite, loss of interest in going to the gym. Physically, this probably has to do with me not being consistent in the gym, but I don't feel good about my physical image.
Mm.
I thought it might be a good idea to download a dating app strictly to see if I was deemed as attractive by anyone and boost my self-esteem. My girlfriend found out and has viewed it as cheating. Am I the asshole?
Yeah.
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 There's like, I feel like there's not even a question there.
There's so much to break down there.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, medical, right? Not eating, loss of regular interest
Oh, yeah.
activities, lethargy, not wanting to wake up, sleeping in, depression
Yeah,
on
that's
some
like
sort of scale.
that's
right?
textbook,
Yeah,
right? That's literally what we look for.
That is literally like, I think on the whatever it's called, that's like on there.
Was it the PHQ
9 GAD 7?
9? Yeah,
Yep.
there we go.
Yep.
So they were voted the asshole. They were voted the asshole. Someone said, "You are the asshole. You can't be surprised by her reaction. I just want strangers to tell me I'm good looking because I'm a bit depressed." That sounds like some BS. Also, you said that she found out rather than you having told her. So keeping it a secret is also suspicious.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was thinking too. Like, if you're feeling like that, talk to your partner. And if you, the only solution you can come up with to fix that instead of getting more sunshine and going to the gym is, yeah, let's get you a dating app.
Yeah. Or like post on Instagram and let your friends hype you up on Instagram. Like, there's a lot of different options. I think my opinion about this, I think that I think the person is bored in the relationship. I think that they're bored in the relationship and they're looking for validation outside of the relationship.
I disagree.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think it's the relationship because obviously, like it's been so long and they know each other, so they're past that 5-year mark, 6-year mark because they're even friends before that. That just sounds like they've fell off the bandwagon and they wanted a quick fix to stroke their ego instead of locking it in and just hitting the gym and, I mean, engaging in that communication with their partner. If they're your friend for 9 years and then you're together for 6 and you can't tell them, "Hey, I feel low about myself. Let me get a dating app." That's
Okay.
just weak
I agree with
behavior.
you there. I also think maybe this is like me being military. I think that 6 years is a really long time.
That's an enlistment.
That is an enlistment. That's a lifetime. But 6 years, they've known each other for 9.
Yeah.
And they don't live together.
Maybe
What are your
it's
thoughts
distance.
there?
Maybe it's distance.
Since what?
Distance jobs. Maybe one's in school, one's not. He said he was at his career that he didn't feel like he could.
Maybe.
But you're
Military
right,
time, though,
not moving
6
it.
years? That's like 20.
Yeah, they almost did a full 20.
Yeah, that's a long
Almost got their
time.
retirement.
That's a long time. That one, I feel like that one's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I can't see anybody really disagreeing with that. I mean,
yeah.
I think that's pretty weak.
All right, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Am I the asshole for not telling my friend that I am dating someone?
Wait, say that again?
Am I the asshole for not telling my friend that I am dating someone?
What's your initial thought?
My initial thought is no.
Yeah, I'm with you. All right.
Okay. Yeah. Sometimes I feel like it's bad karma. Like if you get really excited about someone and then you like go back to your friends and you gas this person up and you're like they're so good to me, like they're this and this, and then you flip a page and everything just crumbles. It just crumbles and you're like, what happened? All right. I, female, 21, have been dating someone for a while, 21 male. We'll call him Thomas. Thomas and I have a mutual friend, 21 male. We'll call him Daniel. So now we're up to 3 characters.
Okay.
All right. Before I tell the full story, I knew Daniel longer than Thomas. Daniel's the friend. Thomas is who she is dating.
Okay.
All right. I've known Daniel for 2 years, Thomas for 1 year. Daniel has liked me in the past, but I told him that I could not see a relationship with him because of his issues and past trauma.
Okay.
Okay. He wasn't my type. We butt heads. We argue a lot, but we
So
still
that was
stayed
the
good
real
friends.
freaking reason.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't
Could've
his
just-
type. Why you got
You
throw
could've
their
just said that. Yeah.
his childhood thing that he has no control over?
Yeah.
Just say
geez
he's not your type. Don't
Louise.
throw that on the internet.
Damn. Before me and Thomas started dating, I did tell Daniel that I had romantic feelings for Thomas, but I was going to take it slow and get to know Thomas. Also, additional information, Thomas has social anxiety, so he doesn't talk much or hang out with his friends very much.
Okay.
Me and Thomas both agreed to wait until Daniel after May so he would be less stressed. He has a thing going on in May. More additional information. I promise this goes with the story. Thomas, Daniel, and me used to play video games together. Thomas had started working more hours and stopped playing with Daniel as much. Daniel assumed that it was because Thomas was uncomfortable around him because they both liked me at the same time.
Okay.
Now, for what happened, I bought Thomas a care package full of candy and drinks. He posted it on Snapchat saying, I have a wonderful girlfriend. Daniel then proceeded to see the Snapchat and message Thomas asking him who his girlfriend was. Thomas, being Thomas, forgot that he posted it on his private. Thomas, being Thomas, forgot he didn't post it on his private story, but his public story. Only our family knew that we were dating. Daniel then proceeded to message me asking me if I was dating Thomas and then call me several times. I finally answered the phone and Daniel asked me if I was dating Thomas. I said yes, and that was it. Later, Thomas checks on Daniel and Daniel says that he doesn't trust me anymore and how I lied. Thomas tells Daniel that it was a decision that we both had made. We didn't want to cause him any more stress or have him worry, and we were going to tell him at the end of May because of the upcoming family events he was going through. Thomas and Daniel talked, and Daniel asked to call me, and I said okay. We talked, and he explained on how I lied about him and Thomas, about how I lied about Thomas a few months ago. He asked if Thomas was okay, and Daniel was making Thomas uncomfortable, which I said no. I'm getting kind of confused here. During that time, Thomas was picking up more hours, but didn't want to play as much. Daniel was okay, but after he found out that we were dating, he assumed that it was all a lie and that I was just covering for Thomas. The rest of this is very, very confusing.
You tell me about it. Yep.
I'm gonna Sparks Notes this. Essentially, the next 3 paragraphs, she just goes on to talk about Daniel and Thomas and different points of interaction that they've had, but she says their names 50 times.
All right, let me pause you.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think guys and girls can be friends?
Yes. You don't think so?
I'm so disappointed in you, Riley.
Hey, you were in the military.
Coworkers.
Friends.
Okay, battle buddies, sure, but
yeah,
battle buddies that you are trained to go to war and fight next to and save lives with is not like friends, right? That's dang near family bond.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of different, but casually calling up and venting about my problems, no.
Really?
No. Tell me your though. Tell me your stuff.
I will tell you, my best friend, Saul. Saul, he's probably watching this. Shout out to you, Saul. Love him.
What's going on, Saul? Sorry, Saul.
There you go. We were in honor guard together, and that's how we first became friends. He is out of the military now, just living his life, and we don't talk every day. Probably about once a month we'll have a phone call and we'll just catch up. And he's one of my best friends. I would trust him with my life. I would trust him with everything.
Mm-hmm. And are you aware that you're an attractive female?
What?
Are you? And you?
Yes, and I can get that, and I can get attraction, but I think that there can also be attraction between people that isn't sexually driven.
Riley.
Hammy.
Riley.
Yes.
Riley. Saul.
Oh God. No, I think that you can.
I
think that you can.
You think you, as an attractive female,
Mhm.
young lady, I don't want to say female, I hate that. The whole male female things,
same.
ladies and gentlemen, get
Yeah.
back to old school. You think that one of y'all doesn't find the other one attractive in a romantic way? You don't have to answer.
I don't.
Okay. So we know who it is. We know who thinks someone else is romantically invested in this situation.
I don't think that's romantically driven, though.
You are my sweet summer child. You
okay,
beautiful.
Let me ask you this one. Okay. Let's say you're in a relationship. Let's say you're in a relationship. Does that automatically mean that you cannot find other people attractive?
I think it depends on the person. For me, it's like a switch that goes off.
Really?
I don't have I mean, like, I would say work colleagues, acquaintances, but someone I would call up and vent to, and like someone that I would call a friend, only girls. I only have girlfriends. And then if I'm dating somebody, I don't know what it is. No one else is attractive. Nobody else. Nobody else.
Wow.
It's like something that switches. I don't know. I'm just so, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. It's just like watching. I grew up with my mom, my dad, and they were so in love.
Oh.
You know? And that's just like what I saw. I bought into, as a very young age, the Disney fairy tale stuff, like the Prince Charming and all that. Like, I totally bought into it. And it's just, I don't know.
I love that.
I don't know what it is.
I'm a child of divorce, so, you know.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
It's
fine.
I get that.
This person was voted not the asshole. Which is, it's a little confusing for me because, okay, 2 guys, 1 girl.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
Riley.
Sorry.
Lock it in. It's a story. It's a Reddit story.
They're all friends. This is like some Edward, Bella, and Jacob type shit right now.
Okay. Okay. Was Edward in love with Bella?
Yes.
Okay. Was Jacob in love with Bella?
Yes.
Was Bella in love with Edward?
Okay.
Wait. No. Answer it.
Yes.
Answer. Was she also in love with Jacob?
Yes.
Okay. There we go.
I am Team Jacob. I will die on this hill that I am Team Jacob. Are you Team Edward?
No, I'm Team Nobody. I think that's weird.
Okay, you were into Twilight, right?
I read the books.
You never watched the movies?
I watched them, but when I was like in middle school, the books had come out, like just came out. Yeah. And everybody was reading them. And they're thick books, and everybody made fun of me for reading them. And then finally in high school, the movie comes out, and everyone's like, oh, it's so cool. I'm going to read the books now. It's like, screw you guys. You guys bullied me for reading big books. Yeah. Screw all of you.
Yeah, that was out of spite. That's what that was.
It was. But I like that you're Team Jacob.
I am Team Jacob because she was in love with him before Edward. Like, she had that attraction to him beforehand, and then she met Edward. I can't say that this has happened to me, but I also believe that you can love more than one person at a time.
What do you mean by love?
I think that love is different, right? There's a very big difference in between loving someone and being in love with someone.
Like having love versus romantically.
Yeah.
Can
me
you
personally,
have love?
I could not do a polyamorous relationship where like I have a partner and another partner and another partner. Me personally, I couldn't do that. I am a monogamous woman. I need one partner, and that is where my attention and my energy is going to go into. For the people that, and like I have friends that are poly, and like it's super cool and it's like amazing for them. I think that's just a lot of energy that I don't have.
Ha.
Oh, I'm going to give a little bit of an unpopular opinion here.
Ooh, get it.
And you can, we'll see if you agree with me. So you were in for 4 years.
Uh-huh.
I've been in for 7.
Badass.
I don't think that I could ever date a civilian.
Why?
They don't get it. They don't get it. And, you know, I've had this conversation a lot of the times. I've had this conversation so much where people are like, find a veteran. Like, find a veteran. Like, they understand it.
Huh?
I don't think it's the same. I don't think it's the same. I don't. Okay.
You, what? Hey, wow, veteran here. Don't dismiss me.
I know. Okay. Hear me out. Right? You just got out recently, right? So you're still aware of what's happening in the military, that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Let's think about someone who, I don't know, I would have to be a little bit older because I'm a little bit out of my range, but someone who got out in like 2014.
Okay.
Right? That was their time in the military.
Different military time.
It's a different military. It's just boba. I don't think that they're going to understand it the same.
Okay. Question. Question. All right. Do you think ladies prefer to date who are active or military ladies? Do you think they prefer to date military guys, gentlemen, more so than a military guy having a strong preference for a military lady?
I've had this conversation. Military men don't want another person in the military. They want a civilian.
I don't think it's that they don't want. I think it's that they don't care.
I feel like all of my platonic male men friends.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Platonic with you?
Platonic. Yes.
With you. A cute little tiny blonde-haired, blue-eyed. All right, go ahead. Continue. Whatever.
I'm a dick.
Deaf ears here.
I'm a dick. 1 ear out the other. 15 and 5%. Literal deaf ears. There you go. A lot of them want to date a civilian. They want to date a civilian girl. Active duty women want to date another active duty person.
Why do you think that is? Oh, let me see if you get this right. Because I know.
Me personally, I think it's like a matching the energy kind of thing, right? Like I don't want to date a civilian because they're not going to get it. And I feel like being in the military, there's such a masculine energy.
There it is.
There's such a masculine energy. And I think that dating a civilian man, I don't know. And don't get me wrong. Like I like to be feminine and like that kind of thing, but I need someone to bring that femininity out of me. And I don't know if a civilian who's never experienced the military lifestyle would be able to do that.
And I think a lot of young ladies would agree with that.
I just, because I am very like masculine. Like I'm very, like I love to do like my hair and my makeup and like that kind of thing. And then I start
What makes you think you're masculine?
The energy that I bring to the table.
What kind of freaking Gen Z answers it? It's the aura. It's the energy. It's the vibe.
The aura that I bring to the
table. List me 3 things that you think is masculine. I'll let you know if they're masculine or not.
Okay.
Top
being confrontational.
Okay.
I think being confrontational has very masculine traits. Being the loudest one in the room, not in like a volume sense, but in a, I don't know how to say that, in a listen to me sense.
Okay. And remind me of your rank.
Staff sergeant.
All right. So that's just a military-ism. You're a sergeant. You lead people. You're literally in charge of the success of younger troops.
Okay.
If you do not that's the wrong word. If you do not show leadership in a way that's going to people feel motivated to follow, you're not going to be a good leader. So I
Sure.
wouldn't say it's masculine, but it is a militarism. The
Okay.
confrontational thing, I think that's just young and passionate.
Okay.
I think you're just passionate about something. Confrontation can see as masculine,
Mm-hmm.
but you're also military.
Mm-hmm.
Your job is conflict, literally.
True. Literally.
Okay, what's the
All right.
third one?
Number 3. I match the energy that is given to me.
I swear to God, this aura energy stuff, I'm so done.
I do. I do.
Are you mad? Okay, wait, so say that again. Say it again. What do you mean? What do
I
you mean?
match the energy that is presented to me.
So you follow.
So, okay. I'll give you a perfect
That's a very
example
feminine
of
thing.
this. I'll give you a perfect example of this.
Uh-huh.
The other day, he is eating his paws currently.
Boo! Let him eat his paws. He's hungry. You're neglecting him. Bad mom.
He literally just ate. It is
Of course he did.
It's 6:30. He just ate.
Oh.
I met up with a group. Oh my gosh.
Oh wait, you know that when they have a little bit of allergic reaction to things.
No, he's got yeasty paws. He's making a fucking factory over here.
Oh.
He's got meds for it. He's good though. Now he's staring at me
nice.
like he's mad.
Yeah, tell me your situation.
I met up with a group of veterans the other day. I think there was like 5 of them, right?
Mhm.
A lot of people when they meet me for the first time, and I'm sure that you get this, like when people meet you in person, wow, like I didn't expect you to be so small, like that kind of thing. Like, how often do you get that?
I don't meet a lot of people on purpose.
Yeah.
Because I'm scared of interacting with people. But yeah.
Okay.
It's like, how tall are you? And then it's yeah.
So I meet people every day, right? That's
Yeah.
It's a part of my job. Like I literally meet people every single day. And I was actually just having this conversation with someone and they were like, yeah, like I really thought that you were bigger because of your personality, right? So I meet up with this group of guys and they're all big guys, right? Like all over 6 foot, like whatever. Very like business type like meeting. So they extend their hands. It's like 4 or 5 guys. They extend their hands. The handshake. I was raised by a single father. And if there is one thing that man taught me to do was to give a firm handshake and a good handshake. Right.
Same.
So, you know, I shake all their hands. And the last guy, he was like, holy shit. And I was like, I'm sorry. And he was like, I'm sorry. Like what's wrong? Like that kind of thing. And he was like, I was not expecting that handshake out of a pretty little thing like you. And I was like, wow, I wasn't expecting that out of you either. You know, all the friends start laughing, like that kind of thing. And I don't know. I dish out the shit that's given back to me. Like I match the energies that are brought to the table.
I see.
Which correlates back to having the loudest voice in the room, right? If you're like near and like, what's the word I'm looking for? Timid and like that kind of thing, like you are never going to be heard. But I think that they're, I do.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, basic training, right? There was that person that didn't say a single word and just skated through. They were just there. But you knew who the loud people were. You knew who those people were. You knew those opinions. You knew those thoughts, those feelings, that kind of thing.
And you think that's masculine?
I do. I think that you have a very like feminine energy.
Oh my God, thank you. Stop it.
You.
But keep going.
Stop. No, I do. I think that you have a very feminine energy, and I think that you have a very gentle, like you have a very like nurturing energy to you. And that's something that you've talked about, right? Like you've talked about like wanting to be a mom.
Oh God. Yeah.
And I don't have that. Like, I don't have that, like, desire in me. And I don't think that that's necessarily a masculine thing. I just don't think that.
You're 24?
I am.
It hits at... If you work in pediatrics, I feel like it hits sooner. 26, 27. Trust me.
Yeah. That's what everybody says. And it's like, oh, like something will happen or like you'll meet the person. I just don't. I've never had that desire.
You don't want to have kids?
I don't.
In general.
I don't.
You're a no kid.
I am I am Rai the fun aunt.
I have a friend just like that. She's a very successful lawyer. She is also the same. Smartest girl I know.
Yeah.
Sweetheart.
And I love kids. Like, literally, I met up with one of my really good friends last night and her son, and I haven't seen them he's 4, and I haven't seen them in 3 years, and, like, immediately, like, ran up to me, like, right, like, so excited, and, like, I love that, and, like, I do have that, like, I feel like it's just that natural, like, woman instinct in me with, like, babies and, like, kids and stuff, but I just don't have the desire for myself. You know?
What if, hypothetically, in 1 year, 2 years, whatever, you met your dream guy? You guys have the dream relationship, dream everything. Obviously, not everything's perfect. Thank you, Disney, for brainwashing me. Do you think that maybe, and you don't have to say yes or no, but do you think being with that person, falling deeply in love with him, that you would want to create a life with that person or a little kiddo?
I feel like I can't answer that question because it hasn't happened. You know? So if that happens, we'll come back to this question. But
and it's hard to think about that too.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how do you, like, when you tell people that, how do their reactions make you feel? Because it's definitely like, I don't know, I'd say with the way our culture is right now, there's like a very good group of people, you know, women that feel like, you know, no kids, other people saying like, yes, kids. And then you have a group that's like hating on, you know, either one or the other.
Yeah.
Do you ever get like different responses or something from it? Or
I feel like the most common response is, to be honest with you, the one that I just got, like, oh, like, you'll meet someone, like, you'll want it, like, eventually, like, that kind of thing. But, like, I have other friends who are so dead set on not having children. I've had friends who have had vasectomies because they don't want children. I've had friends who have gotten tubal ligations because they don't want children. I don't think that I would do that. And, like, right, like, absolutely do whatever makes your heart happy, but I don't think that I would do that personally because I don't think I'm like 90%. There's still 10% of my heart that is open. What if it's ugly though?
You think your baby looking at you?
What if it is?
You're gonna love it.
Talked a lot of shit in my day.
You're young. Everybody talks smack. If you don't talk smack, you're not funny. if you don't at least get it to the how does the reaction though? A little bit of a self-reflection growth here. How did that reaction that I had, which is like, well, what if you meet like the dream guy? Like, would it change? How does that make you feel?
I feel like it's such a foreign concept to you, right? Because you've openly talked about like how much that you want to be a mom, and like I think that, and I'm kind of putting like an idea like in your head what I think is happening. I think it's such a foreign concept to hear like another woman say that she doesn't want children, right? Because we talked about this a little bit offline, but like, what are your views about, you know, relationships?
Traditional.
I'm not. You want to be the trad wife at home. I couldn't do that. And do you know what's funny? When I was in ALS, this was way back when, back in.
Explain ALS for non-military individuals.
And Airman Leadership School. I was about to say advanced leadership course.
And why do you go to ALS?
So for the people that make staff sergeant or senior airmen who are ready for that like supervisory role, they'll go off to ALS, but you have to get it before becoming a staff sergeant. So when I was in ALS, I was in a class of 13, and it was me and she's one of my bestest friends in the entire world. It was me and her, and everybody else was a man in the class. And that question came up of like, would you be a stay-at-home parent? Both me and my friend said no. My other girlfriend, we said no. And every man in that room said yes.
That they would be a stay-at-home?
Yeah.
The guy?
Yeah.
Oh, they're just having a good time. I don't believe that.
Yes.
I'm rejecting that. There's
no
way.
I don't know. Like, if I had a girl and she was making bank and like we were living comfy and like you just wanted me to stay at home and get dinner on the table and that kind of stuff, shit. Like, I gotta change a couple diapers, feed a couple babies.
See, it's not terrible. It's not a terrible idea.
This is my non-existent man brain that's thinking of that.
Aw, dang it. I thought we were cracking an egg.
No eggs. No eggs being cracked here today. Especially not mine. So.
Oh, God. I didn't know that. I didn't know that about you.
Yeah.
I still love you.
It's okay. I love you too. So.
Yeah. I got a friend who's a lawyer, very successful. She never wants any kiddos. I got a friend that had a kiddo at 19, got was friends, lost touch, couple, adopted. You know, it just whatever way you want to live. And that's it. There's no right way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think everyone has a different path, and whichever way, whatever leads you, that's the way that everything was supposed to be.
I'll fight you on the bill thing to the death.
The bills?
The bill. Yep. The splitting the bill thing. No, I can't. I just can't.
I make my own money, baby. I got it.
Girl. Lord.
Welp, Hammy, I hope that you enjoyed my little taste of Reddit stories and just
good God,
people were the assholes or not.
That was fun. I want to do more of that. That was so good.
I think that we will. I think that we'll have the people guide us in a direction, and we'll see where to go from that. All right, next episode, we're gonna talk about icks. We're gonna talk about big icks. I'm gonna tell a story about some anal mucus. Wild concept, not mine. Patience. Hold on. Pause.
What?
Go back.
What? Wait. You said that you were planning something for the next episode. What just came out of your mouth? What?